This week on Strong Arm Sports Podcast. So they targeted the summer. First of all, that's good. That's a great time of the year. They got these guys that...
I mean, it's a sport in the summer. It's a sport in the summer. It's called baseball.
We supposed to be the losers, but we winning though. They used to laugh at us, now we winning though.
What is going on, folks? Welcome to a brand new exciting episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast.
True.
We're a really sport podcast in all the land. LePage, can I do something different? Let me do something different.
Okay.
Man, if this is your first time watching or listening, I go by the name of K Spade the Prospect. Tell them who you are.
And I'm your boy LeParis57, and together we form Strong Arm Sports. Spade!
Wait.
Oh,
Before
okay.
you, I know you ready to kick it off. I know you.
Okay.
Man, I feel like we got some new listeners or some new viewers, so I want to let them know what they can expect. Can I do that right quick?
Okay.
Man, check this out, man. Sports, it's been a great sports week. Anytime it's a great sports week, whether it's a great sports week or a bad sports week, really. What we do, man, is we kind of take the whole weekend sports, man, we filter out the stuff you don't give a damn about, and we bring you the best stuff, and we bring it to you with flavor. So you don't really have to worry yourself every day with finding out what's going on, because we know you busy. We don't even know you, but we know you busy. Don't we know that?
Word.
Yeah, y'all busy, so don't worry about that. Like, don't try to keep up with it during the week. Just tune in here every Sunday or Monday, because sometimes I be having issues, and we gonna get you caught up. But anyway, I know the homie ready to kick it off, right? I know you are.
Of course, Spade. Listen, bro. I want to start in the NBA.
Great.
But, no. But, before we go to the NBA, Spade, I gotta say, we're not talking Falcons. We know the Falcons won. We're not talking Patriots.
Right.
We know the Patriots won. Shout out to the Falcons. A lot of people, MK, Spade, I don't know if you've seen it, but MK47, he said, he's a background guy, support the show, helps the show out a lot. Spade, he said he's waiting for an apology about the Falcons.
I already did that.
I told him, I said, MK, I don't know if you missed it, but Spade already apologized to the Falcons. Spade.
On the show.
Spade, give me a hot take real quick about the Atlanta Falcons beating Seattle. Give me 10 seconds, Spade. Don't prolong it.
No. I knew it was happening.
Okay.
Look, Atlanta was pissed off about the way they lost that regular season matchup. I knew they was going to be fired up. I knew they had the motivation. I knew it. I called it.
Okay, Spade. Texans, Patriots. I mean, we know Brock trash. Brock went out there, threw 3 picks. The Texans was playing well. They had a shot. Spade, give me your hot take on the Patriots Texan game real quick.
I mean, if anything, the Texans kind of exposed some chinks or some kinks in the armor over there in New England. They look beatable. New England look beatable right now.
And I'm gonna tell you what. Shout out to Jadeveon Clowney. We said earlier in the show, in earlier shows before the season started, that we want you to show up this year, Jadeveon Clowney, and you have done so. So shout out to you. Jadeveon Clowney played outstanding this year. So shout out to that kid. Now let's get into some NBA news. Spade.
Let's get into some NBA news. I like the way that sounds. Go ahead.
Yeah, Spade. We gotta take it to Cali, bro. Sacramento, to be exact. Demarcus Cousins. It's reports out there that Demarcus Cousins is expected to sign a max deal for about $220 million of those things once the new CBA comes into effect. Demarcus Cousins was I think it was after a game. Demarcus Cousins was surrounded by the media, and he asked, "Y'all don't want me to stay here?" He asked this young lady, "Do you want me to stay here?" She said, "I never wanted you to leave." So then he asked the dude that cursed him out, Spade. The dude that he cursed out, excuse me. "Do you want me to stay?" And the dude said, No, I'd rather you leave. But Spade,
Yeah.
Demarcus Cousins. Me and you talked about this off camera. We got some hot takes on this. Tell me, one, why do you think Demarcus Cousins would re-up in Sacramento? I mean, they are losing the organization aside from when they had C-Webb and them when they was competing with, out west with C-Webb and them. And Stojakovic they had as well.
Vlade. Yep.
Yeah, and Vlade. But why would he re-up in Sacramento? And 2, I mean, if you was Boogie, would you stay? Go ahead. Talk to me.
Well, I mean, I think it's smart for him to re-up for one because he can get the most amount of money, right?
That's true. Yep. I
get the most amount of money for staying with your team.
I think you get an extra like 15 to 20% if you stay with your current organization. Go ahead.
So he can get more money for staying with his team. For two, I mean, he's had several run-ins with other coaches. The coach always get the axe. He's had running. I mean, he's kind of I don't know. He the top of the food chain over there. Why not? Why go somewhere else? Everybody want to see him in Washington. And it might work. It might be great there. But right now, John Wall is the top of the food chain. And he doesn't know if he goes there, is he going to be number 2 or is he going to be number 1? And I'm not talking about necessarily on the court. I'm just talking about in power, in running things. So, I mean, that's the only thing I can fathom why he would stay there. Only thing I can fathom.
Spade, I mean, we talked about this off camera. And I was like, if I'm Boogie, first of all, me not being Boogie, me just being a fan, I want Boogie to get up out of there because I think Boogie is the best big in the league. I think he could go somewhere and definitely help a team that's one piece away, that's one elite player away, be championship contenders. Now, if I'm Boogie Spade, I don't leave, and the reason is I run it. I run it over there. I get coaches fired. I don't like players. I get players out of here. Like, I am it over here. Like, I pretty much run this organization. I hate to say it, but I'm the LeBron of this organization. Like, I'm the GM,
really
the coach, the owner. Like, I run this organization. I could curse out the media. And don't nothing happen. Like, I run this over here. On top of getting the most money, I don't see why Boogie would leave. Now, me being a basketball fan, I want Boogie out of there, man. But I understand why he's staying. Boogie don't get along with the media out there. He had a problem because the media was saying something about his brother. Boogie didn't like that, and he's still reeing up. I think in Boogie mind, like, you know what? I run it out here, and can't nobody do nothing. I could get technicals and spaz out, and they'll be like, well, Boogie is learning. He's getting better, and don't nothing happen to me with attitude wise. I don't like players. They gone. Coaches gone. GMs, they gone. So, I mean, out there, it's like the perfect situation for him. But me being a fan, I want Boogie out of there.
Let me throw this at him. Okay. You made a great comparison saying that he's the LeBron of that team. He really is. Case in point, they stole the LeBron James kid. They stole that kid. They got that kid over there saying Demarcus Cousins. But another thing, though, jokes aside, now we got to give Boogie the same thing that we gave Melo when he read up. Like, I don't want to hear nothing else about winning. I don't want to hear nothing about you frustrated. I don't want, once you decide that the money is your primary objective, yes, they finna break you off. Shut up and get paid. So after this, I really don't want to hear it, dog. Not from Cousins. I don't want to hear it.
You know how I felt. I'm pro player, get paid. Get your money, but I agree with you 100%. Once y'all, I mean, right now I think they in the playoffs. They might have like the 7th or 8th spot right now. I don't know if they're going to finish there. They may in the West. The bottom teams in the West isn't that good. But I don't want to hear any complaining. I don't. Once y'all lose and y'all back in the lottery, I don't want to hear no complaining. I don't want to hear it.
All right, since we already talking about a big over in the West, can we talk about another big that you probably ain't ready to talk about?
Oh, Spade, don't talk about.
It's time, bro. I'm talking about Zaza Pachulia. This dude right here, top 5. My dude, he is top 5 right now in receiving votes for the NBA All-Star Game. This isn't the first time we've seen something crazy like this. We've seen injured players get voted into the All-Star Game. Now, for those that don't know, the NBA All-Star voting process is weird. The starters are voted on by the fans. This is the way that the league feels like it can let the fans feel like they're involved and engaged. And then they let like the coaching staff kind of pick reserves. Now, every time this happens, and it happens, what I want to say is a lot, it's always this outrage. Like, how did this happen? How did this happen? And next year, it'll be something crazy like this again. Now, I know what I think the solution is, but I'm going to pitch it to you. 2 questions. 1, how do you feel about Pachulia being like top 5 in receiving votes? And 2, how would you fix it?
I mean, I understand why he has the votes. He got a whole country behind him. I don't like it. I don't like it. And this is why I hate to say it, man. We got to get rid of fan voting, Spade. We have to toss fan voting out. It got to go. For Josh, Spade, I got the numbers right in front of me. Curry got 990,000 votes. James Harden got 960,000 votes. Durant got 987,000 votes. Zaza Pachulia has 823 votes.
Wow.
Like
823.
823,000 votes, excuse me. He has 823,000 votes, which is just absurd. Like he gets like 15 minutes a game. Man, people in the media think JaVale McGee should start over Zaza. Come on, man. People say JaVale McGee should be starting out there in Golden State over Pachulia. I don't like it. It don't sit well with me. I know somebody gonna be like, oh, this is what makes it fun, guys. That Zaza was leading last year, and Draymond had a fit because Zaza was ahead of him last year. And right now, man, listen, man. It does not sit well with me, Spade. I think we have to get rid of fan voting. I don't know what's the other solution, but fan voting has to go if these type of situations going to continue.
I mean, you think it should be killed altogether?
Yeah, it got to go. It got to go. It has to go.
Wow.
It has to go.
Well,
there's no reason why Zaza should even be mentioned with All-Star unless he's trying to cop tickets.
Here's the issue, though. Here's why I'm okay with it being fan voting. I mean, look at the NFL Pro Bowl. Who gives a damn about the Pro Bowl? Not the fans, not the players. Like, nobody cares about the Pro Bowl whatsoever. Now, part of that is I feel like it's bad timing for the players. You know, it's put at a point where it's a conflict. NBA All-Star Game is in the middle of the season. It's at the halfway point, so it's placed well. And then by getting the fans to vote, like, the ratings are good because the fans want to tune in and see their favorite player. So I get it.
Let me ask you this, babe. Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
I don't think the All-Star Game itself is what draws the fan in. I think it's the events around it. Like, the NBA has great events.
I think it's all of it.
I don't know if it's necessarily the game. I'm interested. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm interested to know what the fans think. Do people look forward to the All-Star Game? Now, I look forward to the events, and I be hard on the dunk contest. I be hard on the dunk contest. But I mean, all the skills challenge and the 3-point contest, I look forward to that stuff. Even when they have like the old players and the women and the it'd be an old player, a woman. I forgot what that challenge is called, but even that, when they be shooting half-court shots, I look forward to that. Yeah. I don't necessarily watch all of the All-Star Game. I mean, maybe
the All-Star Game has improved in quality over the years. Once upon a time, the knock on it was that they didn't play defense.
Yeah.
Now you got this infusion of young talent, and these dudes want to win the MVP. I trolled everybody, and I told them, I said, look at young Kyrie going at Kobe, knowing it was Kobe's last year, knowing how bad Kobe wanted that MVP, and I was rooting for them to give Kobe buckets the same way young Kobe came in there and hated on old MJ when MJ was trying to go out with that blaze of glory. So
that's true.
The quality of the All-Star Game has changed over the years. So I definitely tune into it. Like I said, these young guys, they trying to make a name for themselves. They got a point to prove. They want their peers to know they belong, and they want the fans to know they belong. But I feel like the solution might be to let the coaches vote for starters.
Okay.
And then let the fans vote for reserves. Now, the key there is managing minutes. You got to make sure if the fans are voting for these people, they want to see these people play. You got to make sure you manage the minutes. You got to make sure they get time. But the only problem with fan voting right now, the way it's set up, it kind of dilutes the prestige of the All-Star Game. I mean, I remember Yao Ming getting voted to the All-Star Game when he was out with injury. He wasn't even playing, and he got voted. I think he might have been the highest receiving, vote getter too. So, yeah, right now, somebody, just the other day, we was in a party on the game, and somebody was making a debate about a player that's good and said, look how many All-Star games he been to. And we was like, that don't mean nothing. Clearly, that don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
So, once they fix that, if they flip it, I'm all right with it. That's just me, though.
So, I got to ask you, you don't have a problem with Zaza being up there? Like, Zaza right now is penciled in as a starter, Spade.
Yeah, I mean, I got a problem with him being a starter. I don't have a problem with him being voted there because, I mean, right now, it's a popularity contest. And if he's popular, he deserves to be there. I mean, that's just,
I hate got a whole country behind him.
Right. I mean, that's the same reason why y'all was there. I mean, like, this ain't the first time we've seen this. It's been like this. I mean, for what it's worth, the last year that Kobe got voted in, Kobe shouldn't have been a starter. Let's be honest. Kobe was playing like shit. He shouldn't have been a starter. But he's Kobe. and he had I'm good with it.
Spade, I'm interested to know what the fans think. Like, what do the supporters think? What do the fans of the NBA think? Do y'all think fan voting should be like kicked to the curb, or do you guys still like fan voting? Do the Zaza Pachulia, like, he got 823,000 votes right now. If the All-Star game was tomorrow on Sunday, he will be penciled in as a starter. That don't bother y'all. That don't sit well with me when you got guys like Boogie, Draymond, Big Cat. Like, you got other guys you could put in that spot right there. Like, right now the starters would be Curry, Harden, Durant, Pachulia, and Leonard. That would be the starters.
Sounds
right
lit. Sounds lit.
Come on, Spade.
Sounds
You better than this, champ. Like, I want to know. I want to know what the supporters think. Leave it in the comment section down below. Spade, let's move on.
Let's get it.
It's basketball, but it's not NBA. So we gotta. I don't know. I'm changing subjects maybe. But Spade, if you guys didn't know, Ice Cube. That's right. Today was a good day. NWA Friday. Ice Cube is starting his own little league, his tournament, a 3v3 league, and it's going to have ex-NBA players playing. It got guys like Iverson. Who else was up there, Spade? It was Iverson. It was
Rashard Lewis.
There was some notable NBA guys that signed up to be part of this 3v3 league tournament. And Iverson said it's going to be coaches and players, but no owners. He said the coaches and the team captains will run each team, and they're going to travel to different venues and try and sell out these venues. And it's going to be like a little league. Spade.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want this? Are we excited for this? Are we excited for Ice Cube 3v3 tournament?
I am. I'm excited and I'm terrified at the same time. I am, man. Because look. The one thing that I feel like they did well was they targeted a really good time of the year. They targeted the summer. And I don't know if look, sports fans, y'all know. But in case y'all don't, it's that one period of the year where there's no NBA and there's no NFL. And I don't really have any stats to back this next statement, but I believe this is the time of the year when, like, crime be at an all-time high. Mm-hmm. That's what I want to believe. Mm-hmm. Like, it ain't nothing good on TV. Your lady probably be taking your big screen to watch her stories, and it's crime, it's bad. So they targeted the summer. First of all, that's good. That's a great time of the year. They got these guys that...
it's a sport in the summer. It's a sport in the summer. It's called baseball. Hey, Spade, some of the notable players, though, before you continue. Kenyon Martin, Steven Jackson, Jermaine O'Neal, Rashard Lewis, and Jason Williams are just to name a few. And, of course, Allen Iverson. But continue, homie. I'm just saying, it is a sport in the summertime called baseball.
Man, if you ever stop my great point to mention that sport again, it's going to be problems. But, yeah, it's a great time of the year. It's targeted in a great time of the year, for one. For two, it's basketball. Even though it's only 3v3 half court, I want to believe we're going to see a certain quality of basketball, because these are players that we feel like some of these players still can play. We know White Chocolate still can play. He over there in somebody AAU league busting somebody up for about 20 a game right now. AI probably still could play. If you think about it, Stephon Marbury is still playing overseas. Y'all think Stephon Marbury the only one who still can hoop? Jermaine O'Neal's going to hoop. Bunzy Wells is going to hoop. Rashard, look like, man, it's some really big names. So
I'm gonna tell you what else out there. Catino Mobley was still out there hooping, and
Catino
Mobley was out there hooping, and it was somebody else that was still hooping. Like, we seen him, he had hella gray hair, but that dude was still hooping. So there's some notable players out there. I don't know if all these dudes are gonna be implemented in Ice Cube League, but I mean, some of these dudes, they just love to play the game, and they still out there. And I mean, who wouldn't want to check, even if it is only $100,000? I mean.
Now let me throw in what I'm concerned about.
Okay.
What I am concerned about is you got players in their late 30s, early 40s, maybe mid 40s, maybe late 40s, and you got to worry about their bodies, because these guys, they don't have. When you see NBA players, we just see them on the court, but they also have state-of-the-art training staffs and places for their bodies to recover, and. Yep. These guys not going to have that. So I don't want to see one of my old favorite heroes go out there and jack himself up. I don't want to see that. Mm-hmm. And my only last thing I'll say, then I'm done with it, but huge disappointment for me is that nobody reached. I don't know if they didn't reach out Maybe they reached out and he turned it down, but to me, it's one guy missing from this list, and it bothers me. It hurt me to my heart. Somebody go get Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf and put him in this damn league right now. O'Shea, go get Mahmoud right now, man. Go get Abdul-Rauf right now. Because I guarantee you,
it's still early.
Over there, they better get him. If they don't, I'm boycotting every other game. I'm only going to catch half the games.
I'm interested to see the league, man. Like you said, I hope it ain't.
O'Shea.
I hope they ain't out there just looking crazy. I hope they working out and they ain't, they
working out.
Okay, I hope you're right, champ. But I'm interested to know how the SAS supporters feel. Like you guys want to watch this? You guys want to see Ice Cube 3v3 tournament? Ice Cube said he said they was gonna sell out arenas, but he kind of backtracked on that and was like, we want to sell out different venues. They're not going to be in arenas, so
yeah, they ain't gonna be in arenas.
I'm interested to see how this league turns out, man. I think it's gonna be fun to watch. If anything, it's gonna be funny. But go ahead, Spade.
Let me ask you this before we move forward.
Go ahead.
I got another topic over here that we got to speak on. But before we go forward, if you find out it's a 3v3 game close to you in your area, let's say, I don't know, I'm gonna just jump off the cliff. Let's say tickets $50 a pop. You copping? Sound a little cheap. You sound a little cheap.
I want to say no, Spade. I want to say no.
Wow.
I want to say no. I think I could go
to say if he was a millionaire, he wouldn't throw no racks in the strip club.
Spade.
This same guy who said if he was a millionaire, he taking $85 in the strip club. That's what he said.
My dude.
Get them strippers.
You just told me these tickets is $50. I think I could go to Brooklyn.
No. I said if they 50.
Yeah, I'm telling you. The ticket's 50. If the ticket's $50, I'm telling you, I think I could go see the Nets for $12. I think I'll go see the Nets for $12. And that's an NBA team.
I think you could take one team of these 3v3 dudes and they three would beat the Nets starting five.
Well, I probably could go see the Knicks for $21, Spade. I'm just saying. I think I can do better things with $50.
The Knicks.
You still be asking me to buy COD, and I ain't. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't never lied. He sounds broke. If it's any strippers that listen to our show, first of all, I love y'all. I do. And second of all, this man cheap. I just want.
Hey, Spade, just because you want to put him through college. You want to put him through college.
I'm trying to get back to the community. Let's go ahead and move forward, man. We got another NBA topic. This one right here gonna hit near and dear to LaParis' heart. This used to be this dude, player right here. He used to be crazy about this guy. Let's talk Derrick Rose. Now, I know you guys know this news came out. At first, everybody was worried. We was all legitimately worried for Derrick Rose. And then after that, we all was scratching our heads. So in case you didn't know, the Knicks had a game, I believe it was this past Monday, against the New Orleans Pelicans, and no Rose. Didn't nobody know where he was at. Like, he ain't call out. He ain't hit up Hornacek. He didn't hit up any, people up in management. He ain't hit up no teammates.
Nope.
Nobody knew where Rose was at. By the time the game was over, I don't know if he hit somebody's phone during the game. And
word on the street is he hit Noah's phone. No, he hit Noah up. He hit Noah.
Okay. After the game, people say they had heard from Derrick Rose. He had a family emergency. He was back in Chicago, and he didn't feel like he needed to tell nobody. I don't understand that.
Let me continue, Spade. Word on the street is Knicks was calling, and Rose said, I seen him calling, and I didn't want to pick up. I didn't feel like talking to him. That's what he said. That's the word on the street.
That's what you can do. Now let's do some investigative work. In the previous game, Rose got that ass benched by Jeff Hornacek. So a lot of people feel like this was Rose acting out because him and Jeff Hornacek wasn't looking eye to eye. They wasn't seeing eye to eye on some things, and he got benched. Also, I don't feel like I gotta say this, but I want to say it because I'm petty like that. I don't care if you the floor sweeper in McDonald's. When you ain't going, you have to call somebody. You have to call somebody. You can't just say, I got a family emergency, so I just ain't gonna tell nobody. LaParis, what's up with you, boy?
I'm gonna tell you this, Spade. It was also reported that Rose, why he missed that game with the Knicks, it was also reported that he was contemplating retiring, quitting, leaving, giving it up. Spade. First of all, this just goes to show the privilege that these NBA players and athletes have.
Ain't never lied.
Because in any other job you do a no call, no show, that is automatic termination. Like, that is a termination. You get fired, you're done.
Yep.
You're done, so.
You're done.
But that just goes to show the privilege that these guys have. They find Rose $200,000. That ain't nothing when you making $20 million. Like, that's no money. Like, I mean, we hear $200,000 spending. We like, God damn. But
yeah,
you making $20 million. $200,000 ain't nothing.
We're gonna have to do a payment plan.
Word.
It's gonna take me a minute.
But for Rose, who making probably $20 million a year, $200,000 ain't no money, man. I always felt like, man, people killed me about Rose when I was saying 2-3 years ago, boy should have been got rid of Rose when Rose made that comment like he want to be able to walk with with his son. I always felt like I was a huge Rose fan until he said that. At that point, that's when I felt like Rose ain't really committed to this game. Like he just see the easy check and he like, yo, I'm a good basketball player. I can get this bread. And I felt at that point Rose didn't want to play ball no more. That was one of the reasons why I was saying Chicago should move him now while he's healthy right now. And they still ended up moving him, and we got back some, I don't want to say trash pieces, but less than stellar pieces for Derrick Rose. And it also was reported, Spade, that he came out like after he went MIA, after he said he gonna quit. It was reported that he said once his contract is up, he is looking for a max, Spade. Is anybody giving Derrick Rose a max?
I want to say no, but at the same time, if you'd have asked me if the Heat would have matched a $50 million offer sheet for, let's say, Tyler Johnson, I'd have said no. So hell, I don't know. I mean, let's be honest. He don't look like MVP Rose, but he don't look terrible out there. I'm
not saying he bad. I'm questioning his desire. When you're an athlete, what keeps you motivated? What keeps you driving? It be that desire to be great, to win a championship, and I'm questioning that man's desire. For you to do a no call, no show when you know you got a game, Spade. Man, like you said, you can't even work at McDonald's and do a no call, no show without losing your job. Yeah. Come on,
Let me play devil's advocate.
Okay.
Now, I don't know this. Let me make sure I say that again before it gets taken, and y'all be hitting me up on Twitter like, Spade, you remember? I'm not saying this is it. I'm just throwing out a hypothetical. He said he had a family emergency. What if I'm not saying this makes it right. What if he got some family that's either leeching off of him or maybe what if he trying to save members of his family, and maybe that's his motivation for trying to come back and play and get this max. What if it's that? I mean, we don't know what that man going through. I just want to throw that out there.
Spade. Well, I mean, whatever you're going through, you still got a job to do. But and let's just say you don't want to play, and you I don't care how much time you need. You got to call somebody and be like, yo, I need a couple days.
Oh, I agree.
This is the situation.
Right now, I'm just talking about him wanting a max.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing is, Spade, I think somebody going to give him a max. I think somebody. I was talking to the homie Chi-Town, yo. Shout out to Chi-Town. I was talking to him, and he was saying that he think Rose want to be back in Chicago. He said Rose always played in Chicago except when he went to college. He said, and if I'm not mistaken, Rose only was in college for 1 year, if I'm not mistaken. So he was 1 year away from Chicago. His whole basketball career has been played in Chicago except for 1 year. So the homie Chi-Town was telling me that he think Rose wants to be back in Chicago, that this is what Rose is dealing with in New York. But Spade, what did Rose say when he got traded to New York? He told Chicago what?
I don't know why I got traded, but thank you.
Yeah, he told Chicago thank you for trading him to New York. He was calling New York a super team. Listen, man, we had other special guests on the show before, and they were saying that Rose is a different type of guy. He was saying that Rose is I think it's an introvert, a person that's like keep his feelings in the inside. I mean, it's a Rose. He's a weird guy to me, and that's okay, But you gotta at least call your job and say, yo, this is the situation. I don't want to go into details. It's personal. I need a couple of personal days. I'm dealing with some family matters. Can I get a few days? I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10, the Knicks would be like, no problem. It was just a weird situation. People was on Twitter thinking Rose got kidnapped. They was thinking Rose got kidnapped. Come on, man.
Yep. And then one of the greatest social media jokes of the year spawned off of this. Somebody said Rose walks in, looks at the schedule, sees NO, thinks it means they got no game. They had to tell them that NO is the abbreviation for New Orleans. That one right there is probably the joke of the year so far. I like that.
Spade, I've been hard on Rose over the past years, but I actually do still like Rose. I like watching Rose play, but
it don't sound like it.
It be stuff like this that make me question this guy, Spade. Spade, one thing I don't want to question about an athlete is their desire. If you're not good enough, you're just not good enough. But if you out there giving 110%, as they say, I can't, you might be bad, but I question that man's desire, man. I really don't think he want to play basketball like that, bro. I just think he think it's easy money. I could play. It's easy money. Like, I question his desire, man. I question.
I agree with you, but I think I look at it differently from you. I'm from Griffin, Georgia, man. We saw what a lot of people call one of the biggest NFL busts of all time.
But the NFL is hard, Spade.
This is hard.
I get it.
This is hard.
And in that dude defense, I don't know if you want to say a name, but in that dude defense, like he was a big deal, but he wasn't the MVP of the league.
But what I'm saying is, from the outside looking in, because I ain't in this man's head, I don't know what he's thinking. But from the outside looking in, his desire was never there for him to even make it that far. So even if Derrick had that desire, and it was driving him, and it was pushing him, and maybe because of these knick-knack injuries and people who was once your fan turning their back on you, maybe your family leeching off for you. I'm just throwing possible scenarios out there. I could see where somebody could get to the point where they like, man, I'm not loving this no more. I'm going to try to do it another year or two, make me enough money that I can live off of for the rest of my life, and I'm out. I don't really have a problem with that. I really don't.
Let me ask you.
I'm just a different guy.
One more question and then we can move on. What's the ideal situation for Rose? Like, what happens?
You mean in contract renegotiation?
I'm talking about contract renegotiation. Just career. Let's talk career. Like, I see somebody giving Rose a max. I don't know who. I see Rose giving. The homie Chi-Town was saying, by the way, I ain't mentioned this. The homie Chi-Town said Rose for Rondo. Rose for Rondo, straight up. They want to
actually said that to me last night too.
Sha said he wanted Rose back in Chicago. What's the ideal situation? Do you think that's the better move for Rose to go back to the Sha?
No, because what essentially got him moved was the rift between him and Jimmy Butler. Jimmy ain't gone, is he? Jimmy's still out there, right?
He on
still Jimmy team, right?
Allegedly, it's rumors that he on the block though.
Yeah, I heard that too. I don't know.
It was just a crazy situation, man.
You talk Knicks and Bulls, man. You got to have a whole lot of patience. Shout out to look. I'm eating crow about my Atlanta Falcons comment. I said the Falcons wouldn't make the playoffs. I was definitely wrong. I came out and I apologize to Falcons fans. I will not be eating crow about the Chicago Bulls. I told y'all this team would be bad before the year. Y'all was really upset with me.
Why are we talking about the Bulls?
I just want to say it. I told y'all this team would be bad. Now it's Jimmy Butler trade rumors already. Rondo already about to burn out his welcome. He wearing his welcome out already. Just like I said it would be. Just want to let y'all know. All right, we can move forward, man. What else we got? We got some more NBA?
Why the hell are we talking about the Bulls?
Just because we got some new listeners, maybe they don't know what I said.
We going to the NFL where I want to be. And Cowboys. Nah, we ain't going to talk about the Cowboys yet.
Oh, Lord.
We're taking it back to Cali, Spade. Something happened in Cali. Let's take it down to San Diego, or the team formerly known as San Diego. The Chargers are moving to L.A., Spade. Had the internet going crazy because so it was reports that the Chargers was going to move to L.A. this season. And last season it was reports Chargers said they would stay in San Diego one more year. And after the season was over, San Diego said, you know what, we got to decide whether we going to L.A. next year by this date. And it didn't take San Diego no time. They said, yo, we on the move, we going to L.A. We going. That's what we doing. We going to L.A. So they decided that they was moving to L.A. Spade, and 1 hour later, they dropped the logo. Spade, I don't know. I wish we could show the logo, but due to terms of service on YouTube, we don't want to do that because we don't want to get banged. But you can Google the LA Chargers logo and you'll see it. It looks just like the Los Angeles Dodgers logo with a damn lightning bolt in it. Spade, how do we feel about the Chargers being on the move? The fans are upset. The San Diegoans are upset with the Chargers. They in front of the facility burning jerseys and ripping jerseys and saying Junior Seau was turning over in his grave. Talk to your boy. What's going on in San Diego?
I don't know if you want me to go first, because I'm going to take an angle that probably is not going to be welcome.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
I like to say
definitely want you to go first.
Oh, you want me to go first? Bet.
Yeah,
all right. I somewhat feel sorry for the Chargers fans. I somewhat empathize with them, but then again, I kind of don't.
Why not?
Why not?
I'm gonna tell you why. They've been loyal for years, and that team has been trash for years. They went to the.
They really haven't.
They went to the Super Bowl and got that work.
That's the thing I got an issue with. When they had Schottenheimer, this team was in the postseason every damn year.
Did
they win a Super Bowl? Hold on.
Okay.
Did they win a Super Bowl? No, they didn't. But if the Browns still got fans and they ass can't even win 5 games, they can't even string together back-to-back wins. Like, I don't want to hear Chargers fans crying saying, we've been supporting a bad team. That team is not bad. That team ain't been bad in a very long time. They're not championship winning team, but it's not a bad team. It's fans out there rooting for way worse teams.
I'm on the record of saying they shouldn't have fired Marty Schottenheimer when he went 14-2. That was just absurd. That was absurd. When they had Schottenheimer, they was good. Right now, Spade, the Chargers are bad. They're a bad team.
I don't think that team is bad. That team is young. That team ain't bad. That team still ain't bad. They in the toughest division. I hate to say this because somewhere Toki's smiling. They in the toughest division in football right now with the Chiefs and Raiders. They are in the toughest division from a competitive standpoint. They got some young pieces, man. They got Melvin Gordon, who turned the corner his rookie season. He looked like what LaParis said that all Wisconsin backs would look like. This year he looked like he's ready to do everything necessary to be successful in this league.
I don't know. I can argue that, but go ahead.
What's there to argue from last season to this season?
Bro,
it's a leap forward.
When you get the best running back in the league? When you just getting goal line touchdowns.
Okay. All right.
A lot of them touchdowns was from like the 3. From like, come on.
Okay.
Like, come on.
You don't think they got to the 3 any last season when he finished the season with no damn touchdowns?
Not with him. Only reason he got the ball at the 3 this time because all they backs was hurt. Like, all they backs was hurt. All of them. So it was like Melvin Gordon by default. Like, they would have damn sure had Danny Woodhead or the other little dude. Number 43 or something. That dude in there. It wouldn't. Go ahead, Spade. Continue. I don't want to turn this into me bashing Melvin Gordon and Wisconsin backs and Alabama backs. But go ahead.
I mean, that's what it sounds like you about to do.
I'm not about to do it, but I mean, Melvin Gordon definitely had a better year than his rookie year. It's still up for people was tweeting me saying, "Oh my God, I told you Melvin Gordon is it." I'm not ready to say this dude is it. Like, I'm not ready to say he it. But go ahead.
I got some numbers that'll argue otherwise.
Okay.
I got some numbers here that'll argue otherwise. This man played 14 games last season, had just over 600 yards rushing.
Yep.
Played one less game this year, was 3 yards away from a 1,000-yard season. He had double-digit touchdowns. He cut his fumbles in half. He cut them more than in half. He had 6 fumbles in his rookie season, only 2 this year. He also tacked on 2 receiving touchdowns. He turned the corner. Like I said, I'm not saying this dude the best running back in the league. That's not what I'm saying. But that's a hell of a leap forward. So he's showing steady progression. Phillip Rivers is still Phillip Rivers. Keenan Allen is still Keenan Allen. They added the speeds to Travis Benjamin on the other side. The team, that's not a bad team. Like, I guess, let me move forward because we could debate this all day. Not a bad team at all. Everybody knows that the Chargers wanted a new stadium. Everybody takes some blame in the fact that they couldn't get a new stadium. I think most of it, like you said, off camera, LaParis, the state tax, and you can't just say we're going to tack it on and let taxpayers handle the extra because they already paying tax at a premium over there.
It's like 13% or something crazy like that.
From a business standpoint, it made sense for the team to move. But they could have did like, I don't know, maybe the Houston Oilers, who lost a team that went all the way to Tennessee. Those fans couldn't see their guys. When the Cleveland Browns moved all the way to Baltimore to beat the Ravens. I mean, this right here, this was team fans that couldn't even go see their team. Now, I ain't saying a couple of hours in the road is easy, but they just 2 hours up the road. And for all the Chargers fans who saying they the most loyal fans in the whole wide world, anybody will tell you when the Raiders played the Chargers in San Diego, it would be more Raiders fans in that stadium than San Diego fans. So y'all ain't just holding it down like that. Now, the only thing that I'm upset about,
so
and
your
I feel
team
like
organization over there, you are rocking with the organization.
Now, I'm spitting these actual factuals, fam. The
But
one thing
I'm
that I feel
asking
like
K
that fan
Spade,
base,
we supposed to be up here spitting the strong arm truth. K Spade sound like he is. K Spade sound like he is team organization over there. He's an organization guy.
If you got a chick that you like, and here go one of my weird ass analogies.
Lord.
If you got a chick that you like, and she move her ass 2 hours up the road, if you really like her, you gonna still go see her. She didn't move all the way across the country. She up the road 2 hours.
I'm gonna go right down. I'm gonna go right down the street and get Tina.
Yeah, you gonna get That had you in the clinic too. So you do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever you want to do. But the one thing that I feel like the fans got a reason to be upset about is the fact that the owner should have came out and he should have delivered a statement to the fans. But the fans had to find out through Adam Schefter. And that's what I really feel like they got a right to be upset about. They knew this was a possibility. And it was spoke on. Yeah, it was spoke on last year. They knew it was a chance. So other than that, man, Chargers fans, stop crying. Go see your Chargers in that small ass soccer stadium.
Listen, man.
I know you're going to cape up and be like, boo, they left the Chargers fans and they've been supporting them. Boo.
No, because like I said, it's been notoriously known that San Diego has one of the worst stadiums. I don't know what the solution is.
Getting the hell out of San Diego.
It's been reported that they got one of the worst stadiums next to the old Philadelphia stadium, like old Philly, not Lincoln Financial that they play in now, the old joint that got Michael Irvin a concussion because under that little carpet was concrete. It's been like that. They saying that San Diego stadium, they stadium is like that, like it's bad. It's bad. The bathrooms they saying is trash. The parking is trash. The concessions is trash. I don't know what I don't know what.
You don't know what you would do. I don't know what you would do.
No, Spade,
yes,
can't.
You do.
You
fam,
can't
you
charge
know what
these
you would
fans.
Do, fam.
You can't charge the community an extra percentage.
You know what you would do.
Can I talk, bro? You can't charge the community an extra percentage for them to build the arena when they already paying upwards to 13% in tax, state tax. That is insane. I don't know the situation. It's just a messed up situation. I mean, all these teams going to end up just leaving if they don't get no new stadium. Oakland is talking about. I mean, it just doesn't feel right for the Raiders not to be in Cali, to be the Los Angeles Raiders or the Oakland Raiders. Like, that's where the Raiders belong. And it's been reports that they going to Vegas because they want a stadium. Vegas got bread. Vegas talking about they'll build them the best stadium ever. Like, I heard that they already got like a spot and it's going to be like $3 billion. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I'm not good. I'm not good with certain teams leaving certain areas. And San Diego is one of those teams. The Raiders is one of those teams. I don't know, man. I don't know.
The Raiders fans are saying they willing to go to Vegas to see their team. San Diego fans can't go up to LA and see their team. Okay.
I mean, 2 hours is 2 hours, bruh. Like,
you can't get to Vegas in 2 hours. I bet you'll still see a black hole out there in Vegas. Bet that.
Oh, boy. Let's move on.
I'm just here to spit these facts, man. That's all I'm here to do.
Let's move on.
Since you want to talk NFL so bad, let's talk about a guy that you happen to be a fan of.
Yeah.
If you guys are new to the show, you probably don't know this, but at the start of the NFL season, actually before the start of the NFL season, LaParis and myself, we did our top 5 at every position except for the offensive line because nobody cares about those guys.
But
we did our top 5 running backs, and this guy said that this other guy that I'm talking about, Leveon Bell, is the best running back in professional football.
Yep.
You could definitely make a claim for that. Leveon Bell thinks he's the best running back in professional football as well. Had a statement this week that made me do the Scooby-Doo. I was like, This man said he is changing the game. He is to football what Steph Curry is to basketball. He said now everybody want to take deep threes because of Steph Curry, and everybody want to run the football patiently because of Leveon Bell. What? LePage, defend you, boy. What is he talking about?
I can't defend him. I think he's the best back in the league. That is hands down. That's what I think. But when he said this, I was scratching my head like, wait a minute, what? Le'Veon, calm down. And I get it. I get it. You feeling yourself? I get it. I love it. First of all, I had Le'Veon Bell number 1, the best back in the league, in my opinion. I think I had David Johnson number 2. Like, David Johnson is it to me as well. But Le'Veon Bell, we seen this before, bro. We seen patient running backs. We seen running backs that could come out the backfield and catch the ball. We seen this before, and when I hate to do it because I'm a Cowboy fan, but let's not act like Le'Veon Bell got a bad offensive line. He got a pretty solid offensive line. This is like the same thing. This is like the same thing when it was Barry Sanders versus Emmitt Smith. People would get mad at me because I liked Emmitt Smith. Not better than Barry. That's not what I'm saying. But people would be like, Emmitt got this amazing line and Barry don't have no line. I love Barry Sanders because Barry will get -3, -2, -7, -1. And then boom, Barry will bust an 83-yard touchdown run. Like that's Barry is notoriously known for not having an offensive line. I think he only had like one offensive lineman, Lomas Brown, and I think he had a center. But let's not act like Le'Veon Bell don't have a good offensive line. And a running back, I don't care. I don't care what anybody say. It's rare that you see a running back have a good season without. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm saying it's rare that you will see a running back have a good season without a decent offensive line. And Le'Veon Bell definitely had that. And it don't hurt that he had Big Ben and a stud wide receiver named Antonio Brown. That don't hurt. Mm-hmm. You can't stack the box against the Steelers to stop Le'Veon Bell because you scared of AB on the outside, and Big Ben is a good enough quarterback to get the ball down the field, so you can't stack the box. Now you want to know if we talking impressive seasons, you got to talk about Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson, when he ran for 2,000, everybody knew it was going to. It was AP or bust. That's true. They was stacking the box. They was bringing safeties down, and AP was still getting loose. And I love Le'Veon Bell, but Le'Veon Bell, they ain't stacking the box like that against you because you can't play AB one-on-one. You can't man up against Antonio Brown. So let's
you better be glad Martavis Bryant ain't on the other side.
That's what I'm saying. They got some weapons over there that helps Le'Veon Bell out a lot. And by the way, I'm telling you guys, I love him. I think he's the best back in the league by far. I think he's the best back in the league. But it definitely helps that he has AB and Big Ben and a decent offensive line.
Yeah, this is why it's important. I don't care what your craft is. I don't care what you do, whether you do music, play sports. Study those before you so you don't be looking crazy like this. Like, come on, man. Anybody who ever saw Curtis Martin, I feel like Curtis Martin was a patient back. I feel like Marshall Faulk was a patient back. It's been so many. Do they look exactly like him? Not necessarily because their build was different. But I mean, it ain't nothing wrong. You got to be your own number one fan. I'm my own biggest fan. I'm also my own biggest critic. And I let that critic in me and that fan in me, I let them battle, and I realize that I'm somewhere in between. My fan going to be a little too much. My critic going to be a little too much. Le'Veon, I want to make sure that he got that little critic in him. Ain't nothing wrong with having that fan in you, but I don't know how he feel like he's changing the game. I don't see anybody out there trying to mimic what he. I don't see it. I don't know.
I don't think you can mimic because it's been done. You want to talk about somebody that was patient spade, and I know you know this guy. Edgerrin James was a patient guy, bro. Like Edgerrin James when he was with the Colts, and he could catch the ball out the backfield. Like Edgerrin James is the reason they got rid of Marshall Faulk. Like. He was the reason. Edgerrin James, like we seen it before, man. We seen it. And I hate. I don't want to bash Le'Veon because I love that dude, man. I love that dude as a player, man. And it sound like I'm bashing him, but you know, sometimes people get the feeling they self, and I love Leveon Bell, but I just pump your brakes, my dude, because the way Curry literally changed the way people got to defend the 3-point line when they play Golden State.
He sure as hell did.
That dude come across half court and was jacking, especially last year when he set that. I mean, he broke his own record. Like, the dude set records and break his own records. Like, that's what the dude do. So
he wasn't the way just you defend threes, he was shooting a great percentage too.
And I'm talking about you would pass it to Curry. It would be 2 seconds left on the clock. At the end of the quarter, you would have to defend Curry because he can make that joint from the half court or beyond.
Yep.
Like that's changing the game, and I love Le'Veon Bell, but Le'Veon, you ain't there yet. I don't know what you see yourself doing, but I'm going to tell you who else was Patient Spade because I do my research because I love football. Gale Sayers. Gale Sayers was another patient guy, bruh. And some
I ain't seen much of his stuff.
I mean, I seen a lot of highlights. I mean, I wasn't born, but I seen a lot of highlights of Gale Sayers, and in some aspect, Le'Veon Bell reminds me of Gale Sayers. He reminds me of him. But as far as changing the game, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Don't tell him that.
Spade, but I want to know. I mean, maybe we wrong. We not, but maybe we wrong. Maybe the fans are.
Maybe you wrong.
Maybe the fans will correct us and be like, you know what, Le'Veon is changing the game because of yada yada yada. Leave it in the comment section down below. Let's move on. Spade.
Yes, sir.
I feel like I had this conversation before. And
about Le'Veon?
No. We talking somebody that we both loved as kids. I mean, if we was watching baseball, he would have been one of the players we was definitely keeping tabs on. And I'm talking about Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson said earlier this week, he said, knowing what he know now about football, he would not have played the sport. Hey, how do we feel about Bo Jackson saying these comments? He also said he doesn't want his kids. I don't even know if Bo Jackson have kids, but he said his kids, he wouldn't want them to play football. Spade, how do we feel about Bo Jackson in these comments?
I mean, oddly enough, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked to hear that from Bo. To me, when you listen to Bo Jackson talk about football, to me, it sounds like the same thing that you kind of said about Derrick Rose. It sounds to me like Bo liked football. He knew he was good at football. He knew he stood to make money at football. But it didn't sound to me like Bo loved football. That's just me. Now, I'm not saying necessarily back then, but Bo's got a 30 for 30 where he says that if it's a Super Bowl or something like that and his wife is watching and she want him to watch it, he'll sit there long enough till he feel like he's kind of satisfied her wanting to spend time with him, and then he'll ask, can he be dismissed to go to his man cave and shoot bow and arrows. Like, Bo don't even watch football. And if you remember, a lot of people probably don't know this, I'm telling my age with this one, but back when Bo was to be drafted, like, he had one of those situations kind of like what John Elway had, where he had a team that wanted to draft him. Bo said, I do not want to play for this team. Bo told this team, if you guys draft me, I won't even play football. I'll just play baseball because I can do both. I don't need football. I don't have no problem going over here hitting baseballs. Mm-hmm. And basically told him, like, don't draft me. If you draft me, you're going to regret it because I'm going to quit. Like, I just won't play. Mm-hmm. So he never, to me, sounded like somebody who felt like he needed football. So I'm not shocked to hear that at all. And he's lost so much, man. Like, to this day, I think the man got an artificial hip. So, yeah, I'm not shocked.
Yeah, I was just about to mention the artificial hip. And if what you said is true about Bo Jackson in football, he was still elite. Like, it's rare that you see a guy that was elite in two sports. And not only did Bo Jackson getting hurt in football hindered his football career, but it hurt his baseball career when he was elite in that. He was elite in baseball, and once he got the hip injury, he was never the same. So I can definitely see why he feel like I played football all through high school and in college Spade, and I told you I wouldn't push my kid to play football. I wouldn't stop my kid. If my kid wanted to play football, I wouldn't stop him, but I don't want my kid, and I wouldn't push my kid to play football. And if I could rewind right now, I probably wouldn't play football. And I love I don't know, Spade. That's my favorite sport, and I probably wouldn't, man. Like, it's not built for human beings, and I love that sport, man. But I could totally understand why Bo Jackson is saying that, because if I have a son and he want to play football, I'm gonna be like, I wouldn't stop him, but I'm gonna be like, I don't want my kid to play football. I damn sure wouldn't push him. They'd be like, you gotta be a football player. That wouldn't be me, man. I'm putting a baseball bat or a golf club or something else in his hand. Something easy. I ain't saying it's easy, but something not as physical and as harmful as football. It's a sport that I don't think humans should be playing, man. Humans shouldn't be playing it.
My man say humans shouldn't be playing it. He want to see.
Yeah, like Rams. It got to be like Rams or Bears or something like that.
My goodness.
Aliens.
All right, man. You good on that segment? You ready to move to the good stuff?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's talk about the pick'em game of the week. Want to tell everybody what happened in the last one? Go ahead.
I won. What are you talking about?
He trying to... Look, he done turned some of the excitement down. Last night I was live streaming. This man said, yes, the Grizzlies won. He was OD happy, man. And every once in a while,
Spade, the Grizzlies beat the Rockets. James Harden had like 13 turnovers. I mean.
Oh my goodness, yo. Basically, LeParis is taking a 1-pick lead.
I'm up 2.
Game. Don't worry.
I'm up 2. Check the tape. I'm up 2, bro.
I'm gonna get a jar. Every time he say, check the tape. I'm gonna make him put a dollar in the jar.
I think I'm up 2. All jokes aside, I think I'm up 2. Somebody check the tape, man.
You're not. This week's pick'em game, man, we gonna do some NFL. You the NFL expert, right?
That's what they say.
That is what they say. We're gonna do some NFL playoff stuff for the pick'em game.
Good.
Cowboys, Packers. Who do you like in this game? Don't bet with your heart, man. Come on.
Hey, I'm going to Cowboys, bro. You already know. Come on, like. And you want to know what? I'm going to give you a score. I'm going to say 27-24. It's going to be a tough fought game, but the boys are going to pull it out by 3, 27-24. Cowboys win. We advance to the NFC Championship game.
Ooh.
To take on the Atlanta Falcons.
Tell you what. All I got to say is to see Matt Ryan and Aaron Rodgers compete is going to be a great game. Here's the thing. I like the Cowboys. I like what they've done all year. They have jumped over hurdle after hurdle, proving they say is wrong along the way. The 2 rookies are playing phenomenal. They still are 2 rookies. Let's start with that. And for 2, I kind of watched trends in the media. The media been doubting the Cowboys the whole way. And they've been, they've been overcoming. Now everybody's on the Cowboys bandwagon. They like, no 2 rookies have ever been this good. Look what Dak is doing. Look what Zeke is doing. Dak, Zeke. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like they setting them up. Also, if you're not going to use superstitions or any of the other stuff, let's face it, man. We was sitting up here telling everybody that something was wrong with Green Bay. They didn't look good. They wasn't playing well. Run did it again. Said, relax. We're just going to win out. And went out there and won out the last 6 games of the regular season. The dude looked phenomenal. His last 6 games was so good. People mentioning his name in the MVP race, which I think is crazy. But that's how good his last 6 games were. I'm pretty sure that hot momentum carries over into this game. Give me Green Bay.
Give me a score, Spade. With no Jordy, Jordy out.
It don't matter. Cobb out there, right?
Is he?
Yep.
Give me a score.
I'm gonna have some fun with this one, man. Let's go high score. Let's go 35-17 Green Bay.
Oh my gosh, you got us getting cracked? Cracked?
That ain't cracked. I mean, y'all gonna land a couple punches too.
Nah, that's
y'all just gonna get beat up.
So, okay. 35-17. Wow. You see when we did the Green Bay early in the season? You missed that?
That's back before Run said he was winning out. It's a whole new Run.
Okay. Okay. I'm interested. Leave it in the comment section down below who you got for the pick'em game down there. It's going to be an exciting game. I think it's going to be a good game. I'm going to keep it a little closer. I think it's going to be 27-24. Cowboys advance to the NFC Championship game to take on the Atlanta Falcons, which would be that's going to be a tough game because the Falcons, boy, the way they put the pieces on the the way they put the pieces on the Seahawks today, that offense, boy. That offense. But Spade.
Yes, sir.
The last segment of the show, the Strong Arm Performer of the Week, and you guys can participate in it as well. Leave your Strong Arm Performers of the Week in the comment section down below. You can tweet us at Strong Arm Sports on Twitter, or you can tweet our personal Twitters or email us. Let us know who you guys have as your Strong Arm Performers of the Week this week. Spade, yep. We give this award to a male or female who raised their level of play. Spade, who do you pick? Who's your Strong Arm Performer of the Week?
I'm gonna do something a little different, man. Can I do that?
No, I don't. Me don't like different. Me don't like different.
Nah, you gonna like this.
Okay.
You gonna like this right here. It was an NBA game this past week where a young budding star by the name of Devin Booker went off, scored 28 points in the fourth quarter. Still caught an L though. Still caught an L. Want to know why? Because my Strong Arm Performer of the Week went back into the past and brought back young him. I'm talking about Darren Williams or Deron Williams or whatever the hell he going by today. Dropped them off to the tune of 23 points and 12 dimes. Was 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. For that performance, I knew you still had it in you. I know you didn't just forget how to hoop. Deron Williams, you are my Strong Arm Performer of the Week. Tell Devin Booker he'll have his day, but it ain't the day.
Wow. I mean, wow. Is he back in Utah?
I was just happy to see the guy play.
I mean, is this back in Utah, Williams? I mean,
I guess so.
Spade, I got a way better one, Spade.
Oh, wait.
I got a way better Strong Arm.
Better one?
Yes. A way better Strong Arm Performer of the Week. Let me tell you who he is. Let me tell you who deserved your Strong Arm Performer of the Week this week. And that's none other than Karl Anthony Towns. He had 29 points, 17 rebounds, 3 blocks, 2 steals, and a dime in a 96-86 win over the Oklahoma City Thunder. And for that reason right there, Karl Anthony Towns, and you from Jersey. For that reason right there, Karl Anthony Towns, you are my Strong Arm Performer of the Week. Karl Anthony Towns holding it down from Jersey. Shout out to Karl Anthony Towns.
Can I make a rule on the fly from now on? Don't name a person's assist if it's under 3. Don't be like he had this, and 1 assist. Just don't even get an assist category.
I just gave you his stat line. He stuffed the stats.
Ain't that what y'all say? We don't want the 1 assist. We don't want it.
He had an assist.
We don't want it. If it's
it was a hell of an assist. It was a hell of an assist.
Yeah, I bet it was.
It was.
I bet it was. Then again, you the same person gave your Strong Arm Performer of the Week to a point guard to finish the game with 0 assists. So I'm not shocked.
Oh my gosh, Spade. Let's stop acting like James Harden before this year wasn't Strong Arm Performer of the Week for 97 times. Like he wasn't out there with 13 turnovers and 1 dime. You don't recall that?
I don't. I was just about to say I don't recall.
Clearly. But anyway, Spade, it's been a great show. We want you guys to leave,
of course,
your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. You can tweet us, like I said. You know what I mean? If you guys are new here, you can bang the subscribe button. If you're a regular here, you can hit the like button, man. We appreciate you guys' continued support. As usual, if you don't want to see 2 guys arguing back and forth in a box on YouTube, we got audio podcasts everywhere. SoundCloud, UPodOmatic, iTunes. Shout out to y'all for making us a top 60. Man, we climbing them charts, bro. We climbing them charts, man. It feel like we on the billboards or something. Shout out to y'all for making us a top 60 podcast, man. We've been there consistently. We've been in the 60s consistently. I like consistency.
They love us.
Yeah, man. Shout out to y'all, man, for making us a top 60 podcast on iTunes, man. Shout out to everybody that be rocking with us on SoundCloud over there. Spade, you got anything else to add?
Yeah, I got one more thing, man. Monday is the day set aside for MLK Day. If you off of work, man, just take a brief moment. Remember that MLK took a lot of L's so that we can hold some dubs today. Word. Shout out to you, MLK.
Word. We want to thank y'all for watching. When I say we appreciate y'all, we really do. We cannot do this show without you guys' continued support. We love y'all. You guys enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the football games, man. Enjoy the games. And we'll see you guys next episode. We out. Peace.